Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry. As we get into tonight's video newsletter, I've got two charts that I wanted to bring you. The first one here of the SPX will be a continuation of yesterday's conversation. So if you caught the YouTube video there, you're probably already familiar with this, at least to some degree. But what we want to look at is the sell-off that we had on Wednesday into the afternoon. Really just a pretty direct path down into this tree line. This horizontal area of support tends to be an important area for the markets to bounce from, and they did so very cleanly, right? Very nice little short covering rip into the close. And then what you saw this morning is continuation of that strength right into the psychological value of 5,300. So between this being a monthly expiration and that just being a big psychological price point, an important strike, that did provide resistance. But look at where we found support, right? So again, it's the fall into the tree line, the bounce into 5,300, and then the pull back into the 618 retracement, which as we work to study Fibonacci, we know that this is a very important proportion for any continued path up. So this is what I believe you have to watch coming into Monday, right? As long as this low is still intact, there are patterns where we could work up into 53.24 and then 53.87 above. And that's a pretty cut and dry way of taking that into the 3-day weekend. The other thing that I think you got to keep an eye on here is that of the VIX. So the VIX has been interesting because, it has its expiration earlier in the week from equities, but it was still an important spot because after you got through the VIX expiration, it allowed it to pop, right? So the VIX kind of coming back up after that expiration. And then what you just have to watch on Monday here is this very clear line in the sand of 30, right? So we closed just 35 cents under that level. If we really start making progress under 30 and getting back into an 18, 17 kind of environment, well, then that's going to help that bullish path in the S&P. If instead we come into Monday and find that the VIX is working this type of action, trying to stay above the mean, etc., well, then that's going to be a more bearish environment. And we'll see if we can find some short opportunities inside that. So I hope you find the levels helpful, a good review for Monday when it gets here. Y'all enjoy that 3-day weekend, and I hope to see you again in the chat room on Monday. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.